All right, before we look over the results of our die rolling experiment, let's just review what theoretical probability is, because there were a lot of questions about this yesterday when people were trying to answer the questions on the survey results. So theoretical probability is the same as simple probability, which is what we did last week. So if we did not do an experiment at all, and I asked you, what's the probability of rolling a 1 on a 6-sided die? Well, you would say, on a 6-sided die, there is 1 1 out of the 6 faces. So the probability would be 1/6. This is not only the simple probability, but it's also the theoretical probability. And then if I asked you what was the probability of rolling a 2 on a standard die, you would also say it's 1 out of 6 because there is one side on the die that is a 2 and there are 6 total faces on the die. And then if I asked you the probability of rolling a 3 with a standard die, again you would say it's 1 out of 6 because, again, there's one face that is a 3 on a standard die out of 6. And the same goes for 4. The probability of rolling a 4 on a standard die is 1 out of 6. And for 5, it's also 1 out of 6. And for 6, it is also 1 out of 6. And when you add these all together, you add them together, 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is going to be 6/6, which is equal to 100%, or 1. Okay, let's look at our experimental data from the experiment we did yesterday when we rolled a die. The total times the die was rolled by all students, 1,462 rolls were recorded. And in the table, the number of 1s that were rolled by all the students yesterday that recorded was 263. The number of 2s that were rolled was 235. The number of 3s that were rolled was 256. The number of 4s rolled was 247. The number of 5s rolled was 232. And the number of 6s rolled was 229. This was actually really good data. The highest amount was 263 for 1s, and the lowest was 229 for 6s. That's only a difference of 34 in the number of rolls. Now, let's look at how that turns into the relative frequency. So if I look at the relative frequency, I take the number of rolls that were recorded and I divide it by the total number of rolls of the die. So we have this column, the numbers in this column, divided by 1,462. And if I go and do the actual math out and calculate the percents, so if I take my calculator and I take 263 divided by 1,462 times 100, that would give me 17.99%. And if you look at the percents that these relative frequencies are equivalent to, you see that the percents are all pretty close to each other as well. They're between 15% and almost 18%. So those are the relative frequency percents, or otherwise known as our experimental probability. So this is also the experimental probability. Experimental. Now, if we look back at what the theoretical probabilities were from the previous page, theoretical probability is equal for all possible outcomes at 16.7%. So when we compare the relative frequency or the experimental frequency to the theoretical frequency, they're actually very, very close. The one that's the furthest apart is probably this one where the 6s were rolled, but that's also the one that had the lowest number of overall rolls. So this data is actually really good. All right, let's look at the pie chart I created. So now here's our pie chart, and within our pie chart we have what each section is. We've got 6s, 5s, 4s, 1s, 2s, and 3s, and then the equivalent percents. And even looking at this pie chart, it actually looks almost pretty equally divided, except for looks like this section and this section were the two biggest ones. Yeah, this was really good data. Good job, guys.